Did you know there's a tense, high-stakes conflict happening right on the open ocean, a place many of us rarely think about? We're talking about the West Philippine Sea, a region that's become a flashpoint in a modern-day David and Goliath story. Today, we're diving deep into a powerful documentary that puts us right in the middle of this struggle, Food for the Frontlines by director Baby Ruth Villarama. This film isn't just about geopolitics, it's about the real people whose lives and livelihoods are on the line every single day. Villarama and her brave crew embed themselves with the Filipino people at the heart of this conflict. They board all sorts of ships, from military vessels to small fishing boats, to capture the raw, unfiltered reality of the ongoing dispute between the Philippines and China over these crucial waters. For centuries, this area was known as the South China Sea, but recently, the Philippines officially named the waters within its internationally recognized exclusive economic zone the West Philippine Sea. Why the name change? Because this area has seen a growing presence of Chinese vessels, not just for fishing, but heavily armed Coast Guard ships. The film shows us incredible, tense footage of these encounters. We see Filipino boats being harassed, aggressively followed, and even rammed by much larger Chinese vessels. It's a constant battle of wills, a nerve-wracking game of chicken on the high seas. Much of this conflict plays out over the radio waves. You hear these surreal exchanges between captains' puffed-up speeches full of legal jargon and claims of sovereignty, echoing across the vast, empty ocean. It's a form of high-stakes, real-time diplomacy where a wrong move could have massive consequences. So, what does the title, Food for the Frontlines, actually refer to? It shines a light on the incredible, often perilous, missions undertaken by the Filipino military to resupply their soldiers stationed on tiny, remote outposts in the West Philippine Sea. These soldiers are literally holding the line for their country, living for months on end in extreme isolation. And when we say outposts, we're not talking about comfortable bases. Some of these are just tiny specks of sand, barely larger than a football field, or even a deliberately grounded, rusting warship from World War II, the BRP Sierra Madre, which has become a symbol of Filipino defiance. Getting supplies to these remote locations is a monumental task. The film takes us on these supply runs. We see small, inflatable motorboats loaded with essentials, canned goods, fresh water, and other necessities zipping across the open ocean at terrifying speeds. The journey is so rough that the film even captures the sight of poor baby goats, brought along as a source of fresh food, scrambling to keep their footing as the boats crash against the waves. It's a visceral, unforgettable image that highlights the sheer difficulty and danger of these missions. These aren't just logistical operations, they are lifelines. But the documentary isn't just about the military. It gives a powerful voice to the local Filipino fishermen, especially those from areas like the Scarborough Shoal. For generations, these waters have been their source of income, their way of life. Now, they face a new reality. They share heartbreaking stories of dwindling catches, explaining how the massive influx of large Chinese fishing trawlers is depleting the fish stocks they depend on. They speak of being bullied, chased away from their traditional fishing grounds, and feeling helpless as their livelihoods are stripped away. Their personal stories transform the abstract political dispute into a tangible, human crisis. From a filmmaking perspective, the documentary takes a very raw, almost scattered approach. It jumps between the military missions, the fishermen's struggles, and the high seas standoffs. While some might find this narrative a bit disjointed, it actually reflects the chaotic and multifaceted nature of the conflict itself. There isn't one single, clean storyline here. It's a messy, overlapping collection of experiences. The film uses a musical score that, at times, can feel a little heavy-handed, really pushing the emotional buttons. But even with these minor technical critiques, the power of the subject matter shines through. What makes Food for the Frontlines so important is that it brings a vital and a reported story to a global audience. Outside of Southeast Asia, not many people are aware of the daily dramas unfolding in the West Philippine Sea. We see the courage of the Filipino soldiers, the resilience of the fishermen, and the unwavering national pride in the face of overwhelming pressure. The film doesn't offer easy answers or a simple resolution. Instead, it presents a stark, compelling portrait of a nation fighting to protect its sovereignty and its resources against a much larger power. It's a story of defiance, of survival, and of the human spirit's refusal to be broken. This documentary is a must-watch for anyone interested in current events, international relations, or simply powerful human stories. It challenges us to look beyond the headlines and understand the real-world impact of territorial disputes. It's a reminder that behind the political posturing and legal arguments there are people, soldiers, fishermen, families whose lives are being profoundly affected. It's a fascinating, eye-opening, and deeply moving piece of journalism that will stay with you long after the credits roll. So, what are your thoughts on this? Have you heard about the situation in the West Philippine Sea before? Let me know in the comments below. It's a complex issue, and I'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video informative, please give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives into compelling stories from around the world. See you in the next one.